Hi, I'm Carly. I'm a health coach, and today we're going to talk about one of the most significant aspects of well-being, brain health. When we think of wellness, we tend to focus solely on our bodies, but it's time to give our noggins some much-needed attention. Let's start with a little quiz. If you had to guess, what percentage of the brain is made up of fat? Give up? 60%. Over half of our brain is made up of fat, which is why eating healthy fats is so necessary for the health of our brains. We'll talk all about how to feed yourself for optimal brain health in just a moment. You probably remember this from a science class, but the brain is responsible for every single function in our bodies. It's constantly receiving internal and external signals, interpreting those signals, and sending messages to our body based on those signals. Since we receive millions of signals every single day, our brain has a pretty good filter system to determine what to pay attention to and what to ignore. For example, if you step on a nail, a signal gets sent to your brain. The brain then determines how to react. Usually, the brain will respond by sending a pain signal back to your foot. We then know something is wrong and we can do something about it, like sit down and remove the nail from our foot. These messages get sent and interpreted in a matter of milliseconds. But let's say you stepped on a nail, and a moment later, a lion jumped out of the bushes and started chasing you. Your brain would then filter these signals and likely reduce the pain you felt in your foot so that you could run for your life. So in this sense, pain is literally in the mind. The sensation and severity of this pain depends on how much we are focused on it. The brain is an incredible organ. It controls everything from our thoughts and memories to the functioning of other organs in our body. It also coordinates speech and movement. The brain and the spinal cord together make up our central nervous system, so you can see just how intimately connected our brain health is with our overall well-being. Brain diseases such as Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease affect hundreds of thousands of people every day. Because they impact the brain, and the brain pretty much controls everything in our body, these diseases can cause impairment to memory, speech, movement, and other bodily functions. But these diseases can be prevented and managed with healthy lifestyle choices such as exercising regularly, eating an anti-inflammatory diet, and reducing stress. At IIN, we know that health is multidimensional. To be truly healthy, we need to feed ourselves well with primary and secondary food. Primary food is everything that nourishes us off our plate, like our relationships, career, and physical activity. Secondary food is how we nourish ourselves on our plate, our diet. Let's talk dietary specifics for brain health. Now that we know our brains are 60% fat, it's important that we feed our brains with healthy unsaturated fats. These can be found in salmon, sardines, nuts and seeds, especially walnuts and pumpkin seeds, and avocados. Plant-based oil, such as olive oil, is also a great source of healthy fat. Berries, especially blueberries, are also extremely beneficial for brain health, as is green tea, broccoli, beets, spinach, tomatoes, and even moderate amounts of dark chocolate. These foods have high amounts of antioxidants and are anti-inflammatory. Okay, now that we talked about brain-nourishing foods, let's talk about how we can nourish our brains through primary food. Our brains are very sensitive and responsive to stimuli we encounter and to the environments we surround ourselves with. Our relationships, our physical environment, our stress levels, and our physical activity all have the capacity to improve or diminish brain functioning. Here are some ways to protect your brain off your plate. Number 1. Get moving. We know physical activity is so good for overall health, and the brain reaps many benefits. When we increase our heart rate, it pumps more oxygen to the brain. Some exercises are particularly good for brain health. For example, it's been shown that many patients with Parkinson's disease who participated in regular boxing classes showed tremendous improvement in their physical and cognitive functioning. Number 2, form meaningful relationships. Believe it or not, forming positive social connections is extremely healthy for our brains. When we feel supported, we produce more oxytocin and serotonin, two very important hormones which, among many other things, make us feel happy and bonded to others. Some studies have shown that prolonged periods of isolation or loneliness can be more harmful to your health than smoking. So don't be shy. Reach out to one another. Now, more than ever in this digital age, we need human connection. Be supportive of others and let yourself receive support in return. Number 3, manage stress. Stress can be damaging to the mind and body in so many ways. There's no part of our body that is safe from stress, including our brain. Under stress, we produce cortisol, known as the stress hormone. High amounts of cortisol can inhibit the brain's ability to function normally. Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed, you might become more forgetful or easily irritated? That's why. Stress can kill brain cells. It can also reduce the size of our brain, as well as change its structure. When we're stressed, our capacity to learn new things and maintain memories become compromised. Just like a compromised immune system makes you more susceptible to disease, chronic stress for the brain can result in impaired functioning and make you more susceptible to brain dysfunction. In short, our brains are a vital component to our health. The brain is kind of like the boss. Nothing happens unless the brain gives the green light. So in order to keep ourselves in optimal health, we have to keep the boss happy and healthy at all times. One way we can do this is through our secondary food, eating a variety of whole foods that have plenty of antioxidants and concentrating on those healthy fats. With primary food, optimal brain health relies heavily on stress management, regular exercise, and connection with loved ones. For more tips on brain health, check out the video description below for helpful links and resources. We'd love to know how you're taking care of your brain. What brain-nourishing foods and activities do you love? Share with us in the comments below. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you at the next A Health Coach Explains. Hi, YouTube family. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on a new A Health Coach Explains videos each month. And to learn about becoming a health coach, check out our website in the description below.